and let's queer up the world. Queer News Tonight is in St.Gallen, Switzerland, and Oktoberfest. A lot for the LGBTQ community to learn about Switzerland. We know a lot about Switzerland. There's probably a lot of things we don't know. Your fun fact of Switzerland,
Oh my
what
God,
is it?
I have so many fun facts. Okay, so how about this? They have a huge love for cheese. I know you knew that, all right?
Yes.
They love cheese, they love chocolate, right? Precision time is everything. So, back home, right, Latin people time,
Clocks.
LPT, right, LPT time, where, you get a time and then you get there 15 minutes late. It is unheard of here. It is thought of as rude if you get somewhere on time. I know, stop looking at me like that. I know, I'm not Swiss. I'm not moving here. It is what it is, all right? Yodeling is a unique form of singing and is a proud part of Swiss culture. Do you know how to do it?
Could you show me how to do it?
Yodeling.
That
You
was
saw that? I
actually
know.
really good. I'm totally impressed.
Oh my God, isn't that awesome?
It's funny. We're in Switzerland. Let me give you a little bit of description about where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Switzerland is about the size, for all of us in America, about the size of the Florida Panhandle.
Okay.
That's
Got it.
all.
That's it.
how small Switzerland is. Europe is quite, the continent is quite large, about the same size of the United States, but Switzerland is a very small portion of that. Nearly 8 million people live here in Switzerland, and that is actually quite amazing because when you're here in Switzerland, about 25% of the country is mountainous Alps that you can't live on.
Yes.
And so they're living in about 75% of all of the space with over 8 million people.
Wow.
So even though it's very, very small, think about it. Florida is 4 times the size of Switzerland, and they have 8 million people. We have 20. So it's a very crowded country.
It is, and for those 8 million people to be so neutral about everything, Al, is that's like the big joke of everything, right? Okay, I am in Switzerland. I'm staying out of
I am
everything, right?
Switzerland. It's
And
a
that is
phrase.
basically what Switzerland does,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Their neutrality between 8 million people is superb. They try to stay out of a lot of political stuff, which probably is also why they waited so long for LGBTQ gay marriage and stuff like that,
That's
right?
right. Switzerland, as Faye says, is not a part of the European Union. We're using euros, the currency, all over the Alpine region, except here in Switzerland. Swiss franc is the currency because Switzerland is not a member of the European Union. They're not a member of NATO, and they're the principal leader in Europe of being neutral. It's very funny. We have talked a lot about the sound of music, and we're staying at the mountain. And in fact, we are right at the base of the mountain that Julie Andrews ran over in the opening of the film. And
Yes, and twirled and twirled.
Well, I'm sure sometime on this trip we're going to get the FayWhat
For sure.
experience of being Julie Andrews on that mountain.
For sure.
But it's interesting. If you watched that movie, at the end of the movie, they snuck out of the Salzburg Music Festival in the middle of the performance and then went over the mountain to Switzerland to get independence. Well, Salzburg is 5 hours to the east, so they really didn't go over the mountain to Switzerland, but they were going to Switzerland because even in the beginnings of World War II, Switzerland was independent. So it's a neutral country.
You know something else funny about Switzerland?
What's
They have the lowest obesity rates in all of Europe.
Well, you have to walk here.
Yes.
One of the interesting things about Switzerland is the status of gay rights. This country is a conservative country, but they're very, very embracing of LGBT rights in Switzerland. But interestingly enough, while Germany got gay marriage in 2017, Austria in 2019, Liechtenstein just this year in the spring, still we don't have gay marriage in Switzerland. And it's not because of churches and evangelical being anti-LGBT. It's because they view marriage as a family unit, and as a result, they haven't come to grips with the idea of having same-sex marriage. But last year, for the first time in history, Switzerland, the vast majority, more than 50% ever, I should say, in the first time ever, of the Swiss say that, yes, gay people should be allowed to marry in Switzerland. So what that means is they're moving in that direction. But this is a very, very welcoming place. Zurich is one of the top gay destinations in all of Europe. More than 25 bars
That's more than lesbian bars in all of the U.S.
Yeah, that's right.
Making a point.
Exactly. And you mentioned the thing about yodeling. Also, one of the other famous stereotypes here is all of the cows with bells on them. As we were coming today to St. Gallen, do you know why the cows have bells on them?
I actually do, because I was listening to our tour guide there. I was not sleeping like you thought I was. You see, it's all about history taking on this trip as well. So basically, when it snows, so they could hear the cows, right? When they need to like wrangle them up, they can't see them, but they'll be able to hear them.
That's right.
I bought one of those bells. I'm going to put it on my wife.
Yes.
Just saying.
That's a very good joke, and I can't wait to tell Teresa that she's been called a cow.
Wow.
Wow.
And speaking of cows, you know that they have like really fun festivals here in Switzerland, and one of them is just all about cows and all about celebrating cows and all that they give and receive here in Switzerland.
Yeah.
We should have a festival like that in Wilton.
Well, as we said, we're coming from St. Gallen. It's a very interesting place for LGBT to visit all over Switzerland.